Hi, I'm Janice from Joyful Heart Yoga. Today we're going to focus a little bit on the glutes, right, around the hips. So you might like a blanket or a pillow for under your head, and then we'll use a block for one of our exercises. So we'll come and lie down on our side. So this is where a blanket or a pillow for underneath the head, or if you wanted to prop yourself up with your arm, that would work as well. We're going to bend the knees and let the hips stack. So think about hip over hip, right? Knees stacked, and we'll do some clamshells. So it's helpful sometimes to bring your top hand to your hip or to your glute to kind of wake it up and feel what's happening. We're gonna keep the feet or the ankles kind of together and then start to lift the top knee open and then close. But we want to try to keep this hip stacked. So sometimes what happens is we move and we get that movement, but we let ourselves open up. So we want to keep this hip stacked, which might limit the range of motion, and that's fine. And we also want to notice where we're feeling this. So as we continue to kind of open and close the leg, we're working on this glute. Sometimes some tapping kind of wakes it up. Just take your time bringing some awareness here. I'll be feeling a little bit of a burn. It's starting to wake up and fire. And then we stop. And again, maybe a little pat or massage can extend and wiggle out that leg. So we'll stay on this side. And if you wanted to do that again, if you wanted to do a few rounds of it, feel free. We're going to take our block, probably on a smaller side. So now we're going to try to keep this level. So you'll see my lower leg, I'm not letting it slide towards the ankles together. I'm keeping the leg kind of parallel and in a straight line. So knees are kind of going to squeeze the block, and we're going to think about lifting the foot towards the sky. So it's, again, not a big movement. I'm kind of squeezing the block and lifting the foot. Still kind of working those buns. Just a different area. And last time, remove the block. Can extend, wiggle out the legs, and you can either just roll over. I'm going to flip around just so I can continue looking at you. And we'll do the other side. So feel free to do it once, repeat it, incorporate this into a longer practice. Maybe you just get on the floor sometime when you're watching TV. So legs are stacked, hips are stacked. We keep the lower leg together, the ankle and the foot, and we start to lift the knee. And you might have more or less range from one side to the other, and that's okay. Think about open and close. Might take one side a little longer to fire than the other. And again, you can do this for a certain number of reps, or you can do it until you start to feel fatigue and then rest. Just bringing awareness, working that glute. And relax. And we'll take our block, or if you have a blanket or something, it's basically just to keep the legs kind of at a level position. So we're squeezing that block and lifting the foot. So now the knees are staying together, and that movement is coming from the foot lifting. So there's this rotation upward. And last time, go ahead and release. It might feel nice to just roll onto your back for a moment. Windshield wiper the legs. Take a whole body stretch. And thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of your day.